Okay, it was sort of like, you know, what the future of, you know, your projects and what you're doing right now. You just came out with this album and whatnot. And he was talking about, you know, it's really about the marketing right now. And I mean, you with this recording studio, you know, you can really see how important marketing is going to be. So I was wondering, do you have any plans? Like, what are your marketing sort of ideas and plans?
See, it's a funny question, but technically, when we first started this project, the entire formality of how you became an artist was still current. So like, being a good musician, good record, good stage presence was all you needed. And now you kind of have to replace the whole concept of having a professional manager or booking agent and still be good on stage in the studio. So it's like, I'm still very stubborn with that, because I'm like, I don't want to sacrifice the music just to market and promote myself. Like, there's plenty of people that are great at promoting, but their music.
Yeah.
So like, and it lasts for so long before people are like, you know what, I'm tired of that. But like, at the same time, like, if I'm gonna put any bragging into it, dude, my album came out in 2007.
Mm-hmm.
People still play it.
Hell yeah, dude, we're playing it.
People still listen to it for the first time, like, dude, when did this come out? You know, like, just because we took our time with it, and like, we weren't just like, yo, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me. We were in the studio doing what musicians do, and like, then when we weren't recording, we were touring. Where was I gonna have the time to like status update myself every 5 seconds?
No, yeah.
And chase down this and chase down that when I'm trying to, you know, walk that path.
Yeah, you're worried about your art and not the.
And that's a sacrifice I've had to make, because while it might have netted me more money, or sometimes it doesn't even net you money, just net you attention.
Yeah.
I kind of wanted to be respected more than I wanted to be noticed.
Yeah.
And so it's a tough trade-off, because I've always been like, well, I'll just find a manager.
Right.
You know,
Exactly, yeah.
That's another big gaping hole in Syracuse. There's no
Orange.
Say for like people like Stacy,
You know,
maybe guys like Dan. Like, there's really no management community here that like really does
There's
anything for local
there's a
bands. Like,
Rewire.
there's people that are ingrained into the culture. Everybody knows them, but then like, where are the up and comers at? Where are the people that are like, you know what, I want to develop a band. I want to take them to the next level.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
We get plenty of people. It's like everything except that is there. We have video, we got studios, we got artists, we got, you know what I'm saying? We got venues, but nobody to manage and direct these people on what to do and how to do it, or people that know what they're doing, or even willing to take a risk. So you just got bands with no management, which is not a good thing, because they don't have time to just sit there and send out press kits all day and you can't do both, man.
And it's you want to have someone that comes from that experience and not be like trial and error and failing on what you love.
It's a whole path.
I'm a church musician.
You know, some people spend their whole lives getting good at music, and then, you know, I'm gonna turn around and become a promoter. And
Exactly.
I wouldn't expect that. You know, it's like, if somebody's not into something, then them saying they just started doing it, you're gonna be like, well, you've only got 6 months experience in doing this. How good could you be?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like all my life, all I've been doing is music from the age of 16. In studios, learning how to use equipment. I used to run tape machines and stuff and read manuals. And
Absolutely, yeah.
And so that's the world I'm from. I'm not from the world of making phone calls.
These DJs
Just knocking down the door just to sell a ticket.
And to
Exactly.
me, I'm just like, why can't you just hire somebody to do that? That's good at doing it.
Yeah. But it sort of comes back to, you know, what Peter was saying about we're doing it all ourselves. That sort of thing, you know?
Broccoli's trying to kill me.
You're
giving away all the secrets.
Do you want some water?
No, I'm not saying.
Okay.
Now you can go online and know what they played at 4 o'clock.
Yeah, that's. I actually I do have a buddy right now. He's one of the head promoters and marketing stuff for Club Lava and all the new Club 2-1 at the Turning Stone. If you want me to, I could send him your contact
Definitely,
info.
man.
Absolutely, because he's managing right now Disco Fries.
Playing there?
And so I mean, it's one of those bands you say where they kind of make that sacrifice for it kind of takes away from the actual art of it.
I'd rather have somebody get paid off our success rather than like just swallow that for myself and then. But at the same time,
I'm not gonna sing nothing.
everybody says that.
It sounds good. Acoustic sounded good in there.
Now, what's your sort of schedule, like day to day? Like, you guys do this every day?
Get that James kid in here.
It's
good. Yeah.
I mean, for the most time, it's been like 2 or 3 times. week maximum.
Yeah,
Do
yeah.
that, man, but don't
Just based off of who booked the space or something like that, or
Yeah, it seems like you
Yeah.
know, doing it long enough. Just
But
you know, that's what I tell
for me at least, like,
music.
you know, we both have had like a full-time thing going, so like now
Effortlessly,
we're transitioning into
to be heard or it get more projects. Because
doing this full time. So like eventually it's
you
gonna
know,
be like
everything is
every
numbers,
week.
right? So
exactly, yeah.
if you're trying to get into
And
the top
I mean, the
40,
other thing
those are
too
only
is
40
that
acts
we
that's
get
gonna
a
recognized, and mind you,
our fair
out
share
of
of
the
mail
top
and
42,
mixes.
these acts are getting,
So like people are sending us stuff from from all over the place, and it's like that's kind of like how I got Trent Park stuff. He was all the way in LA before his EP was done, so he's emailing me everything, and
That's awesome.
he was having music come up from New York City and all that. Now I'd have to
You
bring it
should
all
have been.
together,
Have you ever
project manage
read
it.
any articles on Beat
And,
Talk? I used to have a site called Beat Talk.
We did some good stuff in there, man. We had
cats tell
people in here tracking strings and stuff, and
back in the days.
you know that came out phenomenal.
It
And
might sound like, oh man, you back in the.
he's done some great things with his career in music that, you know, I can't really attribute to my involvement with it, but it's only going to take things further. You know, he's in Grammy U, he's meeting people like Macklemore and stuff like that, and I'm just glad I was able to work with that guy.
Yeah.
But, you know, I also have artists like my buddy Sean, who like
It's that.
sends up stuff from Philadelphia, and we get paid to mix his records, and like he's an incredible singer and songwriter, and like,
Being an engineer, to me,
you know, it's nice to be able to have that kind of work, but that's part of the reason why this studio is like set up the way that it is, because
it ain't about how it sounds.
we know that
Shit, right? Is it not?
artists outside of this community and this environment
Put that shit
are
back.
expecting a certain level.
So basically, it's like
You know, and at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what comes out.
Yeah.
We
How many studios get a lot of use out of
we know better.
songwriters.
You know what I'm saying? So like you have to have that edge. You know, and you have to be able to offer them some standard stuff and some non-standard stuff. You know, a lot of guys have custom things.
Like Sony has rooms like
Even the treatment in studios, like I mean,
they don't
one of my buddies was telling me about Ocean Way, and he's also telling me about a guy named Eric Valentine. Like one of the things we're gonna have at Studio Dog. I
sophisticated.
can't really divulge the name of it, but
Yeah.
something that's unique that you can automate that will alter the height of your ceiling.
Oh shit.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, like you always have to have that little bit of an edge.
Yeah.
You know, so
That's
just looking
awesome.
into things like that, you know, and being able to offer that at your studio. So like, I mean, when you track, you got great stuff to do. When you mix, you know, we have this console that
his shit coming off that board,
you know, we're gonna premiere when we open this place that's made in Syracuse.
Yeah.
like
You know,
Cool.
and you know, there used to actually be a factory here that was competition with companies like SSL,
Wow.
and they closed. But we actually found one of their boards all the way in Colorado, and we had it brought here. It's like a nice giant console like this.
That's awesome.
Nice, yeah, a bridge and everything on it. And so that's going to be like a key piece of our studio, too, is being able to record through that and have a piece of history in front of you.
Absolutely.
You know, our own version of the 24-second shot clock.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go, exactly.
So
So now, when are you guys looking to head into the new space?
right now we're right on the precipice of doing it. We could have moved in as early as yesterday, but
I'm a producer, but
you know, we're still waiting on a few things to come down the pipe, and I pretty much think we have it. So we want to have our doors open at the latest by September.
Okay.
October. You know, because we have to go in there and do quite a bit of construction and get the room sounding good and everything. But
Absolutely.
you know, we also don't want to sacrifice the rawness of the space either, because like you know, after a while, people don't care what you're looking at. They want
Exactly.
something good.
Exactly.
You know, I mean, I've got tons of stories where, you know, drummers walk into studios, like there's a place in Utica, it was a church, and
Yeah.
you go in there like, oh, these drums sound like crap, and then they go back and they control them, and they're like, holy shit, that sounds amazing, you know,
Yeah.
and that's a trick, man, as far as like, you know, sometimes it isn't what you see or what you know, what you're experiencing right away. That's not the studio process, it's to sell you on stuff. It's that, you know, great records
It depends on,
have come out of these spaces, you know, and I think once we get one or two guys done
there's indie records that run like major.
in our new sites,
You got indie records that run shit out of their
you're on one now.
Is this one of your Langston modded mics?
All three of them are.
Yeah. What character does this thing have here?
That's an M49. That's why I wanted you to sing, man. You should hear that thing. It sounds really good. You got a U87 on your guitar, and you got a KM84 on your guitar, so you got a couple of nice things going on.
It should still be on my Facebook.
You should really throw something down for us.